All right, and we should be all systems go. Hopefully, somebody in chat will go ahead and let me know if the mic is working, if the music's all good, all that standard stuff. But from my end, things are looking pretty solid. Ooh, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into what we're going to do. So, next Friday is going to be episode 2 of my series Killers of the King. They are a series of, they're going to be 8 one-shot adventures that when linked together tell us sort of a similar story. And the trick here is that the characters are going to be the same. There's going to be 4 out of 6 available characters in each of the one-shots, but they're going to be played by different players, audience members and fans of the channel. So I thought for this stream, what we should do is do just a quick recap of what happened last time, and then we can talk about sort of planning this next session. All right. So, what happened in episode 1? Episode 1 was called The Bloody Handkerchief. And we met our group of intrepid adventurers who have found their connections. Between some of them, we had Blaze, the noble whose family lost their lands when the Gnostics took over the kingdom temporarily. We had Millicent, his archivist, who was just completely beside herself when finding out that the Gnostics, who claimed to have secret knowledge of the truth of the White Church, burned all the family archives. We had a fighter who was there just, sort of a stranger in a strange land trying to figure out this one beast. Webcam super choppy, yeah. For some reason, this is just eating up all my RAM. I don't know what's going on. See if I can maybe turn down the frame rate a bit. But I'm not sure if I can... yeah, they're dropping 7%. I'm not sure that I can do anything about that, unfortunately. Okay. So, what can we... after... Yeah, and then we also had a Dragonborn Paladin, who is a favorite of the White Church. He is a devotee of the White Church that the Gnostics claim to overthrow and have a secret knowledge of. And so in episode 1, what they did is have this bloody handkerchief. They're like, okay, well, we've had a lot of information to figure out who this belonged to. This was dipped in the blood of the king at the execution. This person, Thom Majy, he was on the scaffold. And so they went through the sewers to try to get to the shady part of the town where he lived. They fought a swarm of giant rats and then a gelatinous cube. And that was a really cool moment on stream. A lot of people in chat had figured out what the monster was and why these rats were sort of floating in midair and slowly approaching towards them. But the players didn't know. And so that's created a lot of dramatic irony. It was a really fun moment, both for me as the DM and for people in chat. And then later on for the players, looking back on it when they solved the puzzle. The team of heroes, they came out of the sewers and found the house of Thom Majy. They stacked up outside the door, kicked it down, but no one was there. They're low-level, third-level characters. They are not yet good bounty hunters. And so when they found his house, this person, he wasn't there. So they did some investigation. They found some clues to where this person might be. And they went down to the docks where he was working on a boat ship. Or a ship bar, I guess. They found... they went to the ship bar. They talked their way past the person guarding the entrance. And then they went upstairs and they captured Thom Majy. The owner of the bar, she didn't get involved. She's like, oh, wait a second, I want to live here. Tom's husband downstairs got beat up. You guys found a magical, huge rod that shoots magic missiles and beats people with them. A good time. But anyway, they captured this low-level lackey, right? Boom. Thom Majy was captured alive. And so I guess part of the premise here was you are low-level adventurers, and eventually, once you become better known, the agents of the Queen will give you better contracts for, people higher up in this order, the secret cult that fell from power. The Gnostics had seized control, they executed the king, and then after a second civil war, the regency was restored, and now you guys are tracking down the killers of the king. Okay. So now you have this person alive, right? Does Tom have info? I think, so this is going to be a one-shot adventure, so everything has to be sort of like self-contained, right? And this interrogation scene, you know what, this doesn't really have anything to do, no? It might have something to do with the previous episode. Yet the characters would know where Tom was, so we can't have an interrogation. Because players who would know that, oh, his house was poor, he was married to this barman, that would ruin the idea that these things are interconnection, right? So no interrogation on scene. But because they captured him alive, maybe they get information for free. For the next session. The name of another target? Okay, I like that. That makes sense. I can deal with that. All right, has the webcam started behaving at all, or is it still just super clunky? All right, I would like to hopefully get that fixed. Okay. So that could be one possible thing. Yep. And I want to start off with a choice, right? So they got the name of another target. And so the choice is, do they report the name to the sergeant of the Senate, who's the one sort of leading the hunt for the Gnostics and trying to get the attention of, so they can get rewards will give them better glory and gold? Or do they track the regicide down themselves? I think that is a good start to the session. So we'd have to think of something to do right here. Thanks, Drew. I appreciate that. Okay. So you know what? We'll come back to this because I think this is nice. But either way, these are going to have to sort of lead to the same conclusion, right? One is just going to have one effect, and one is going to have the other. Yeah, I have no idea why my camera is being so poorly right now. It's telling me it's dropping frames left and right. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. All right. So let's think of where should this adventure be? Last time it was in like dark alleyways and a sewer and a ship, and that was kind of cool. I like the fact that we were changing scenes a lot. It sort of you got to feel that things kept progressing. Should the second regicide be in the city, or should he be unknown? Okay. Another masked man on the scaffold? Let's think of some potential targets, right? And maybe that will give us a clue. Another man on the scaffold? Not the executioner. You know what? Let's just make a list of all the cool regicides, actually. Let's do that. And maybe we can make like a flow chart and like working the way up here. All right, let's go ahead and... Did I set these as things already? Nope. It's going to be Della Raspa. This is back to Azul. I should just create a for-up. I haven't done that. All right. The executioner himself, right? That's going to be cool. Executioner. Is it OR? No, it's ER. That'd be a cool person to track down. Peter the Huge. He's sort of the boss, right? Half giant. Cleric. Religious leader. Of the Gnostics. Okay, so who was the military commander? All right, we need a name here. The equivalent of Fairfax. Can you say ferryman? Is that weird? I don't know. I don't think no one in a D&D universe would call themselves ferryman. That just seems I don't know. Like I imagine like people in the fantasy world will kind of find that pejorative if you were an elf. Like, what do you mean? I'm not a fairy nor a man. I'm an elf. That's way better than both of those. Okay. Think of who another target for this would be. A high priest. A propaganda agent. The lawyer and the Inquisition that led the court, I guess. The ecclesiastical court in condemning the king. Nope. Ecclesiastical. Wow, I'm really bad at spelling, folks, and it doesn't really matter. Ecclesiastical, whatever, that'll fine. So who are some other cool targets, right? Just another guard. Yeah, I like that one. Another GAURD. See, yeah. The number 2 priest. Let's say this one, yeah. The number 2 priest. Ooh, I don't know who else would be there. The judge of the court. Yeah, I think these are all pretty good targets, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 9. Okay, lieutenants. Number 1. And lieutenant number 2. No, I don't like that. You know what? Yeah. Chief military commander. Because I want to have 8 sessions, but I want to have more than just 8 bosses. Chief military commander, and then, yeah, captain 1 and 2. Because maybe like a low-level session, you go after 1 captain, and then a high-level session, you go after the captain and the chief. To show that you've gotten more powerful, you can go after 2 of them at once. Okay. So another guard, and then, yeah, propaganda agent, and then let's say the chief theologian. No, we already have the number 2 high priest. All right, maybe in chat can help me out. Someone can tell me the last person that we need to go. Okay. So these are all good targets. I like this idea of another guard, and then maybe, yeah. And then why should they care about him? I'm not sure. Just because it's another lead, I guess. Okay. That's fine. So let's think of a location for this adventure. Some cool places we can go where this second masked man is going to be. But what makes him special? I need to think about that. Because the first one was just the guard, and we got away with that because it was the first episode, right? This one is important because why would the sergeant want to know him? Yeah, a bit of a comic character. All right, so, and here's something that I am going to do with the Gnosticism, I think. I think I'm going to, because last time we had a scene where the characters like walked into this dude's house, Thom Majy's house, and they found all of his writings. And I sort of like skimmed over exactly what it said, but that was an opportunity there. What I think I want to do is sort of keep the Gnostic lore like secret, right? And then the players will get curious and want to investigate it. And at the risk of every time they want to investigate or cover more of the story, they risk losing that character. And I think that'll be the fun tension, that there's actually something there that that they can uncover, right? That, seek the truth and bide the danger, or wonder till it drives you mad what would have followed if you had. Okay. So location. So where is this guy going to go? I don't know. I like the idea of having a bandit cave. That's not a bad one. You go there by ship. You know a person with a ship. But you don't like her. So can I put that in? No, because this is sort of dependent on the previous episode. Okay. So this doesn't really matter. The fact that they don't know the gnome or not. Yes, right? Because the gnome wouldn't do them a favor anyway because she owes them a bodyguard. So this is completely irrelevant and that works. Okay. Yeah, go to the bandit cave by ship. That's kind of cool. Yeah, because then we get two locations. We have the first scene where they're talking about whether or not to go to the sergeant or the senate. We have a second scene where they're on a ship. And then we have a third scene where they're sort of exploring the bandit cave. We can have like area 1, 2, and 3 inside the cave. Okay. This is working out. Okay. Go by ship. Let's have an environment encounter. Okay. How are they going to find a ship? Okay. So maybe this isn't going to help. Okay. Okay. I like the idea of a bandit cave, though. Let's work with this, right? That the masked man is now... So last time Thom Majy was acting as a bodyguard. The masked man is now the ringleader of a group of petty thieves. It's not making the lead in the Let's just say he's a partner. He's just a member of a group of petty thieves. Okay. You know what? I like that better, not making him an authority figure, because then the other ones could rat him out. Okay. That's cool. So that's something I didn't really have a chance to do last time. This is an intrigue scene. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, so they're going to get the name and maybe the location of this guy. Would Thom Majy know that he's at this bandit cave? Why not? We can just start with they assume that they have this information. Maybe. I still like the idea of doing an encounter on the way there, an environmental one. Okay. Okay, we're making some progress here. So maybe a better way to organize this would be to do it and think about scenes. What happened there? There we go. Yeah, an environmental encounter. I think maybe the first scene should be talking about going to the sergeant or not. And that will be a good first scene because I can also provide sort of context to the new players. I can do the sort of, I can do the exposition there too. About why they're not there exactly talking about whether they want to go with this guy. Okay, then we have an interlude where the talk or negotiate with Sergeant. You know, that's a lot of role play right away, not a lot of rolling dice. Huh. Did you get ambushed on the way? Maybe? Okay. Yeah, by cultists. And they have little prayer books with lore. Okay. If go. All right, because that'll break that up a little bit. Okay. Okay. And then here you negotiate with the Sarge. And if the negotiations are successful, you get gold and an escort to the bandit cave. Okay. No, is that too much an escort? Maybe one person. Just maybe one escort. Just a low-level scout. Yeah, he doesn't even give you a real person. He just gives you a dog or something. No, he likes his dogs too much. Okay. Yeah, we can do this. That the escort, the scout, can help you avoid this environmental encounter. Oh, okay. If no guide. Guide. So where's this bandit cave that you need a guide to get there? It's out in the desert. Oh, that's cool. I kind of like that. Yeah. Okay, but maybe we can do that. Creepy Enchanted Forest is always a fun location. A man behind the curtain. I like that. Good thinking, Drew. Good thinking, Drew. One more pulling the strings. One mystery, Mr. X. Let's add that in there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you don't go to the sergeant, you don't have the guide, and you'll get stuck in this environmental encounter. Maybe, unless, we have one character who has some nature survival skills, so maybe they have a chance to avoid that, or maybe get trapped in they find a better situation. All right, so Bandit Cave. Cool. What is going on in the Bandit Cave? How many thieves are there? Let's do a group of 3. You can persuade 2. 2 turn on the third. But if you only get 1, they turn on the traitor. Okay, that's cool. On the traitor. Okay. So yeah. Awesome. So you have to get 2. Yeah, there's going to be a group of 3. One of them is your target. You have to persuade both of them to turn on him. If not, you'll get jumped. I like it. I like it. That is a cool idea. So now I gotta get some, so we can't just have you walk into a cave. It's a big circle room with 3 people in there. What sort of things can we add to a cave? Do I want to do a creepy enchanted forest? Maybe. I do have Galder's Gazetteer, and it has that hedge maze trap in it. That might not be bad for this environmental encounter. That might not be bad. So you know what? Let's say that there is a forest, because you know what? A forest is a little bit closer to the city than a desert. So yeah. Okay, creepy forest. All right. So what sort of things would they have inside their cavern hideout in this forest? What sort of trouble were they getting into there? Okay. Do they have a 4th person there? Is there anyone else? No. Because I think we need, I think we do need another combat or another something that they might be able to fight. But I also want to have a guard dog again. That's going to get that'll get boring. We haven't done that yet in this campaign, actually, so maybe not. Is there a guard dog? Not literally a dog, but maybe a guard owlbear? No, we did that last session. We had the wyvern in the cage sitting there as a waiting threat. So we can't do that twice in a row. Okay. So this is something I'm going to have to spend some time thinking on right here. What's going on with these bands? They need their own little sort of a story. Something that you can investigate. Here, I'll write this down. Something the PCs can investigate and use in the negotiations. The treacherous negotiations. Okay. So they need to have some sort of scheme. Maybe, are they making fake coins? Oh, that might be cool. That might not be a bad idea at all. Because then it presents the players the cool option too. Are they going to use this fake money that they found? Counterfeiters. All right. I kind of like that. And then you have that motivation of greed. Like they can find out, okay, these people are greedy enough to do this. Maybe they're greedy enough to turn on each other. There we go. That is not a bad idea at all. Okay, I like this one. Okay. So they're going to go to this cave and they're going to find out there's the counterfeiting operation going on. We can set it up so there's like a hallway, room 1, room 2, and you can choose when you're going first. And then there'll be room 3 where the last guy is, right? We can have it maybe like a circular setup so it doesn't really matter which way. You're going to get to one of them before you get to the last guy. Yeah, that makes sense. You need something like that. It's all we're going to do mostly theater of the mind anyway, so it'll work just fine. Okay. Yeah, and I think that's a pretty good scene, right? So why do they just want to kill this guy and bring him back? Does he have more lore that leads to the next person? No, I don't think this person was a true believer. So after this, they're going to be, pretty much out of leads. And if they didn't talk to the sergeant ahead of time, the thing that might bring them back in the good graces is the fact that they found this, all these coins, right? They found this counterfeiting operation. Okay, so if didn't go see sergeant. Use intel to get meeting with him next time. That's sort of a next session problem. Use intel on coins. All right. Or maybe they can find a clue if they investigate hard enough to lead to one of these other people. One of these other ones. But I think at some point we want them to get in contact with the sergeant. So I want to present like a list to the Discord, and they can choose like which of these targets to go after next. I want to have maybe a tree, sort of like Shadows of Mordor style. Okay, Bandit Cave. So I think there needs to be at least one more thing in this cave. Maybe there's a room with ropers that they know not to go into. That's not a terrible idea. Or they know that one room, the floor is weak and it'll collapse into a cave with bats. Or sturges. Okay. Yep. Okay. One room is natural trap. No to avoid. Bandits, no to avoid. Fall into Sturge Cave. Okay. I'm liking this. I'm going to have to think of some personalities for these NPCs. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm quite up to doing it right now though. But I think this is a pretty good start. I feel like I have a lot to go on here, and I can spend like the next like 4 or 5 days sort of stewing this over in my mind and get ready to run for the group on Friday. This regicide list is going to be fun to flesh out too. All right. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to cut it early here, folks. Yeah, short and sweet. Hopefully, some folks got some fun. Others got to see my thought process live in action. The link to the campaign is in the Discord. The Discord's in the description for this stream. Go ahead and check that out if you want to maybe play in the campaign someday. At least check it out. The one shots are going to be up on my channel for like 2 weeks, and after that, I'm going to take them down, put them on my $1 Patreon. If you have some thoughts on maybe what these people can live in, or some ideas for these NPCs, I'll check the comments. So be sure to let me know down below.